Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play The Twisted Tales of Spike McFang. In the last episode, we finally beat Felina and saved Castle Dracuman, and we traveled to the Ratville Mountains. Unfortunately, our vehicle has been hit by a falling rock, and we now have to move on foot from here on in. Also managed to find a really good place to grind for coins with one of the prize flowers here, and therefore I was able to get to 999 gold on camera, which is really nice. That'll make it easier for what I want to do a little later. For now, though, we want to keep heading west, because if we go another screen to the west, we'll be where we need to be. And as soon as we go through this narrow pass, we get attacked by archers. Halt! Who goes there? Are you agents of Von Hessler? No, honest! We're on your side! How can we trust you? Listen, I'm Spike, the son of Dracuman. And I'm his friend Rudy. We've come to help Camellia. She's sick. Hold your fire. I sent for these men. I will take you to Camellia. And we meet Helios Bane. You must be Helios Bane. Yes, I am. Good timing. And we are immediately taken to where Camellia is, and she is not doing so hot. Oh. How is she? She's not doing so well. What can we do to help her? She needs the water of the Kalala Desert. Unfortunately, it is in the pyramid to the north, guarded by Croc, one of Von Hessler's men. Again with Von Hessler. We've got to go to the pyramid and get the water. The only person you can talk to when you're in here is the elder Helios Bane himself, who will tell you about Croc. If I can... There we go. Good luck, young warriors. And be careful when you fight Croc. He is a level 7 fighter. We will. And there is a tomato plant right here. We are at full health, so we don't need it. But if you press A at this tomato plant, you can refill all your health, which is something that you really need in case you need it. By going to the east, we will be able to go back to where we were, but we don't need to go there for virtually any reason. So we're just going to keep going to the west here. And we have a new enemy here, the bomber. The bombers will just fly towards us. Unbelievable. It wrapped all the way to the other side of the screen again. Thankfully, we were able to beat it up. And I thought there was something up there. Apparently not. Thankfully, you can't jump into the pit here, but here you kinda can. And you have another new enemy here, the Twisters. This tiny ghost with a very high amount of defense. You can defeat them, but they take a lot of hits to beat up. And the experience really isn't that worth it, so I'm not really going to do that. I will hit them to keep them away from me, though. You can easily get past them. It's not that hard. Also, these huge jellyfish. One, I don't think you can be pushed off of them. And two, you can jump onto them and use them as a platform. Wow. But yeah, you can very easily get past the Twisters. It's not that hard. Just make sure that you see your shadow when you jump from one platform to another. As long as you can do that, wow. As long as you can do that, you should be okay. Thankfully, that was the third and last screen where we see the Twisters, which means we can just take our sweet time on this screen. So we can just wait for this guy to slow down, and then we can travel over here. Again, watch your shadow. Make sure you have one when you reach the other side. That way you won't fall near the edge. And this one will drop you after you travel a certain distance. As you can see, there is the pyramid and the Kalala Desert down there. And from here, we can save our game, and we have 2 shops. That was quite a drop, but we seem to have landed safely. And once you drop down here, you can't go back to Ratville. As a matter of fact, despite the fact that this game is kind of RPG-ish, you are on rails whether you like it or not. You can't go back to any previous locations like in your usual RPG. So this is more like an action-adventure game with an RPG look and feel with save points in it. If that makes sense. So let's go ahead and save our game. And, well, we have this area here. This is a grab bag area, but I don't want to go over here yet. Not yet. I want to see what is in the shop nearby, because there are shops here. There is a save point and some shops in case you need to heal up. Well, we don't have any new hats or anything. There is one more hat that I want to get, but it's not going to be until later in the game when we get it. So, now that I have 999 gold already, I'm just going to go in here, and I'm just going to keep buying stuff from the grab bag. And I'll meet you out here when I'm done. Be right back. Alright, we're back. Let me see what I have. I have 3 fire cards, 3 ice cards, 2 lightning cards. Lightning cards I've never gotten before. Bolt of lightning will strike your enemies. I don't think I've gotten this card before, but basically you use it, you strike your enemies with lightning. Ice card, trap your enemies in blocks of ice. This lets you freeze enemies. I have two quick cards. I have 4 tomato juice cards, but then again, I bought those in near Castle Dracuman. I have 10 time cards, 10 animal cards, 9 angel cards, 4 bat cards, 10 invisi cards, 10 flying hat cards, 10 companion cards, 7 transport cards, and of course 2 quake cards. So I have a lot of cards going into what I need to do. I've never used magic, but there's really not so much of a reason to use it if you just level up quite a bit. Like, if you're able to level up, if you just take the time to level up, you can easily, 1, get all the gold you need for virtually everything, and 2, you don't even need to use magic throughout the game. Also, new enemy here, the sand boar. The sand boar is a stag beetle that just buries itself in the sand and just throws rocks at you. Can't believe I avoided that. There we go. These things have a lot of health. I am currently at level 8, which is good enough for fighting these guys. But I want to level up even more for what we're going to be doing, because we are going to face Croc once we go further to the north. Not only that, but I also want to get a ton of coins. And I seem to be doing rather well on that, apparently. And yeah, if you're at the right distance when it comes to the sand boars, you can easily wipe them out with the hat, which I like. Go ahead and take care of him. Ow. Can't believe I'm taking damage here. That's awful. Really, really need to watch what I'm doing here when fighting these enemies. There we go. Well, we're getting coins, but I'd like to get health, too. I'd like to do that. So, this game, so far, it's alright. It's okay. Doesn't really set the world on fire, but somebody has to have grown up with it. It's a very neat-looking game. Music here is very happy-go-lucky, like something you'd expect somebody to show up just in a hat or a top hat and cane and a tux and just dance around to it. Just expect somebody dressed like that to just kick their legs like to the music the whole time. It's that kind of music. Also, ow. The Rudy is starting to do some damage here, which I like. And I thought I was charging my hat up there, but apparently I was not. Also, there's a column here for no reason. So, graphics look pretty good. Music is pretty cheerful, but it gets the job done. I'm not having any problem with the play control. I'm having less problem with the play control than that Desert Clove had with its spear. There's not really much of a reason to play this game again once you've beaten it, unless, of course, you really, really like this game. And I can picture a few people really, really liking this game. And wow, Rudy is really doing something here. Ow. Did not want to do that. Yeah. The sandboar has two kinds of attacks. There's the big rock that it throws at you, and then there's the tiny rocks that go in the cardinal directions. Both hurt. Don't let them hit you. How am I doing? Wow. Doing really good for experience at this point. The sandboars will give the most experience out of virtually any other monster at this point in the game. So if you need experience, hit them up first. And I also need to hit these enemies up for money, because I'm going to need those too. Even though it's going to come very, very secondary at this point. Like, it's not going to be as important, because the only thing I'm really going to need it for is for the magic, which you don't really need until much later in the game, which isn't going to be that much further now. There's not much to this game. This is rather short. I need money to buy one of the hats, which I'll buy near the end of the game, I should say. There's level 9. I need the money for one of the hats near the end of the game, and for all the magic that I'm not going to need until later in the game too. I probably reiterated some points that I didn't need to reiterate, but that's all I'm really going to need Wow, that's all I'm really going to need the money for. And I seem to be getting quite a lot of money. Then again, I am fighting slightly tougher enemies. I'm also going to play to 20 minutes, because this will help me reduce the amount of farming that I need to do on camera. Oh, I already defeated. Okay. Well, that was the thing. And wow, what a difference a level makes, guys. I can now tear through the sandboars with my hat now. Like, I don't even need to wait for it to make the journey back to Spike. It will just tear through them now. which is great. It'll make getting health refilled and getting money much easier. I will have to admit, I won't even need Rudy's help to destroy them now. So, all in all, this has been a pretty interesting game. Pretty fun game. Second in a series. I don't think there were any more games in this series after this one, unless someone can tell me otherwise. There was Prince something Durabot-chan, which was PC Engine only, and then there's this, which ended up being its own thing in the West. I know this got an American release. I can't remember offhand if this game does have a European release. It probably does. And I've just never seen the box for it. But I know that this has at least an official United States release. And I have one more minute of playtime, or recording time at the least, to get as much experience as I can. How am I doing? Okay, I need 1,500 more experience. And I am almost halfway to 999 gold, which is really interesting. And you know what? Yeah, let's just go through here. Let's just go ahead and attack everything, and then we'll just go ahead and save our game. Let's just go ahead and tear through all these guys. See what's going on here. And we're almost at maximum health too, which is also a good thing. But I do want to get to level 10 though, at the very least. That way I can wipe out everything that I need to wipe out in very few hits. And I've been playing for 20 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and save the game. Join me next time, where we go further into the desert and into the pyramid, where we will face Croc. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!